If you find yourself that you are taking your hands off the keyboard all the time reaching for the mouse, you may be wasting hours of productivity time every week. Especially if I'm in the middle of typing a document and I have to take my hands off the keyboard, I find that it breaks my flow and concentration at times. So in this video, I will show you my most used Mac keyboard shortcuts that help me save hours of productivity time every week. It may take you a day or two to get accustomed to them, but once you do, you will be amazed at how much time you're able to save. So the first keyboard shortcut I use the most is Option Backspace. So how many times do you do this when you make a mistake? You do this backspace. Well, that just takes forever. There's an easier way to do this by doing Option Backspace. Option Backspace will delete the entire word up until the next space. So you can delete as many words as you want with just one keyboard shortcut. That is so much easier than just using backspace, or taking your hand off and just doing a highlight delete. So in the same vein, if you want to delete a word that is not exactly next to it, let's say you want to delete one of the other words, you can do Option and hit the arrow key, and that will go one word at a time. So once you get to the word that you want, you can just hit the backspace and that word is gone. And another similar one is Command Backspace. Command Backspace deletes the whole line from where the cursor is. So if let's say the cursor is here and I want to delete this whole line, I hit Command Backspace, the whole line, the rest of the line is gone. And that's an easier way of getting rid of a sentence. And another thing with the Command key is if you are here and you want to go to the beginning of the line, you hit Command and the left arrow and it'll take you to the beginning of the line, Command right arrow and it'll take you to the end of the line. Let's say you want to delete to the right of the sentence. So let's say I will hit the Option Backspace and I want to go here and I want to delete everything to the right. Well, if you hit Control K, it'll delete everything to the right of that line. So another convenient shortcut is Shift Option or Shift Command with the arrow keys. So if I do Shift Option and the arrow key, I can select a paragraph at a time. So I can select that whole paragraph and do something with it. The same thing with the Shift Command. If I do Shift Command and the arrow key, it will select the whole document from where my cursor is. So if I'm here and I want to select everything to the top, I can just do that and it selects to the top. If I select to the bottom, it'll select the whole thing. But the Shift Option one is very useful if you need to copy a paragraph and you want to move it somewhere else, or you need to cut the paragraph and move it somewhere else. So the other keyboard shortcut you may know is the Command Tab. Command Tab allows you to select an app by just Command and hitting Tab, or you can hit Shift Tab that allows you to go backwards. So the other one that is very useful is actually hitting the spacebar to do preview. So let's say I have this folder and I want to preview the images that I have in here. If I select the image and I hit spacebar, I can actually, does a preview of the image, and I can just scroll through them with the arrow key, and I can see every image at once by just hitting the arrow key. And it also allows me to do other things like annotating or rotating the image, sharing it with somebody, or opening it with preview or any other app that you may have like Lightroom. Another one that is very useful in the browser is Control Tab. Control Tab allows you to go through your browser tabs by just hitting Control Tab. Or if you hit Shift, you can go backwards. And that's an easier way than to taking your hand off the keyboard if you're doing something. Another shortcut that I really like, and maybe that's because I'm coming from the Windows world, because I know that if you actually hit the X here, it's not really closing, is Command Q. Command Q quits an app automatically. And of course, in this case, it's asking me to save this document, which I won't. But that way you can quit a document or an app right away. Another keyboard shortcut that is very handy today, especially in the emoji world, is getting the emoji picker up right away. And you can do that with Control Command Space. Another very useful keyboard shortcut is Command I. But if I do Command I on multiple files, I get two windows here, which is not what I want. I wanted to get, let's say, the information for a group of files. I want to find out what the size is. So one way to do that is if I, let's say, shift click these files. If I do Control Command I, I only get one info window, and it gives me the summary for all these 9 files, and I can add tags and do other things with them all at once without having 9 info windows sitting open. And finally, for the star of the show, Spotlight, which you can get by doing Command Space. Spotlight is very powerful. It allows you to do anything. It allows you to find files, open applications, do simple calculations. So let's go through some of it. For example, let's say I want to open Finder. I just do Finder, I get the Finder app, opens it up right away. A lot quicker than actually going and dragging and going right to the icon. Spotlight allows me to do web searches. Let's say I want to search for bike. And you can see bicycle right here, and I can do it, and it opens it right away. Another neat thing is you can do calculations right into it. So let's say I wanted to find out what 25 plus 30 is. And I get the result right away, which is great for just some quick calculations. You can also do conversions. Let's say I want to do 25 meters to something. It's automatically going to yards, but let's say to feet. and it gives me the answer right away. And the neat thing is here is if I hit tab, I get a little side divided window that gives me other conversions built in. Yards, inches, centimeters, all in one little window. You can do currency conversions. So let's say I want to do $100 to euro. It will actually calculate it to euros right away. And if I hit tab, I can see other currencies as well. And as you can imagine, you can do other conversions like temperature conversions, all built in. So Spotlight is great to do a lot of these quick little things. But an application that is just so much better is called Alfred, which I have installed here. Alfred is Spotlight on steroids. So I will be doing a video on Alfred and how to use it. So subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can find out when that video comes out. There is one newer feature of Apple's that I truly love, and it's kind of sitting under the radar. It has helped me eliminate unwanted email, the kind where you give your email to one company and then 20 other companies get that same email. It's called Hide My Email, and if you want to watch a video on how to use it, check out this video up here. Thanks for watching.